famous Adam Pearson.
At the moment?
I do remember meeting Peter for the first time. He was just a very nice guy. I was struck by his story about having been at medical school and given that up and wanting to pursue acting. I think Peter's a wonderful, exciting actor to watch. And I think it was a very smart move and a very popular move that Methos stuck around for a while, for a long time.
And now, after one of the greatest setups in filmic history, here comes Methos. There's been this setup that this man or myth, Methos, does he exist? This great character, the oldest ever immortal, the great fount of knowledge and wisdom. There's so many things that are possible for this guy. And people have expectations already. They think it's going to be Sean Connery. It's going to be some old guy, white hair, long beard, and in fact, it is... Da-da-da! It's a guy eating a pizza. And drinking beer. I think that is one of the reasons that the character survived so long, was so endlessly entertaining and had so much power and potential. It's because right from the outset, he was not what you expected. And it allowed them to, forever afterwards, do stuff with him that was unexpected. And it was part of who he was. I think it was a fundamentally sound idea. Because in practical terms, someone who had survived that long probably wouldn't be the greatest fighter. He'd be competent, he'd be able to take care of himself, but the way to survive over that kind of time scale is to not fight. It's to blend in, it's to disappear. And also the idea that he would be quite young, because that long ago life expectancy wasn't very long, and you'd stay the same age as when you first died. I really liked that sort of thinking. I didn't know what the show was about at all, but I thought that made sense to me. I kind of got that. In terms of the playing of it, it's I mean, you can't play 5,000 years old. There's nothing you can do that specifically says that. But what I kind of thought was, if I'm casual on the surface, if it's sort of low key, but I can take a couple of moments to suggest that there's a whole load of weight and history and stories behind him. I got my script in my pocket there. They said to me, you should take that out. And I said, no, he's a bookish guy. He's doing research. He would always have a pen and paper. He'd be doing some notes. This scene featured my first buzz. Dennis Berry tried to explain it to me. I had no idea what he was talking about. That was my whole experience of this first show. I was doing things that people told me to do, but I really didn't get it. I really didn't know what was going on for most of this show. David Robb, great English actor, done a lot of stage fighting. I'd done a lot of stage fighting myself. So we have this little fight here that I remember F. Bron McCash choreographed it, we rehearsed it, we shot this first bit, and normally speaking, this kind of fight would take 3 or 4 hours to shoot. We did this, and everyone was kind of pleased with it, and it's all on one take, as you see, because it's got a nice energy to it, and it looks like people really fighting. Toughest bit is this bit coming up. Whoop! There's the step. Watch that back and see if you see me look for that step at any point. I was really pleased with that. Now we'll get a little bit of action here, and I think we're probably going to need a couple of French stunt boys to go in that water because it's really murky. Whoa! Yes. That's not me. Nice fight, though. There are very few cuts in that. You can always tell how good a guest is when they're fighting with Adrian based on the number of cuts in the fight. If there are a lot of edits, it's because they're really struggling to make it work. But David Robb's a very good fighter, and I kind of held my own in that too.
Famous Adam Pearson.